Alright, welcome in folks. Sorry we're a little bit delayed. There was some update for Seamless, and then maps needed to update as well. Welcome in everyone. Welcome in. Hello Darcy. Hello Sir Mancy. Sue. Fritz. Aces of Astora. Darcy Scout. Dave. Hello. Welcome in, everyone. Sorry, now, we're just, there was an update a few minutes ago. Some people were having trouble. Seems Saul has just left the world, and I don't know why. Why have you left the world, Saul? There's been some, I love technical issues. No worries. I love technical difficulties. Especially when the thing's completely out of my control. That makes me so happy. But yes, everything seems to be working correctly. We're just waiting for Saul to get back in world. Apparently not. But yes, welcome in everyone. This is the first beginner's bracket using the new rule set. Of course, fists were banned. Star fists and iron fists, or whatever the hell they're called. Appease the machine spirit. Will apply the sacred oils and carry out the ritual of kicking it. I think is probably the play. But yeah, this is the maiden voyage. Well, yesterday was the maiden voyage, and now we're just doing... Starfist finally got banned. Yeah, I yeeted them. Keep in mind, sir, we're not ladder. And a bunch of Great Shields as well got kicked. A Great Shield tally as well. And I'm thinking that that's actually pretty based. Cestus is still in? Yes, Cestus is still in. Yep, Cestus is still allowed. Starfists are the biggest issue. Cestus I don't think are quite as bad. Who's in world right now? So I think it's Lean. We should be able to take a look at the... builds. The build should still technically work. Yeah, so it's going to be Saul and Lean. Let me just actually make sure real quick that I turned on... PvP is turned on. And that's the builds anyway. Okay. Cool PvP mode. Now we're morbing. Alright, cool beans. Okay, I'm waiting for someone to get in. I think this is Saul that's in world. Lean, I'm gonna need... Alright, there we go. What's up? Bro has 12 faith and uses the non-DLC HTS, which is very based. Alright, Lean, let's crack on with this. But yes, we're looking forward to what should be an interesting tournament. We have the HTS here on the side of Saul. Vice's Lean, who's going to be rocking the bear claws with main hand side. And it does seem... ladies and gentlemen, as though, as I restart the recording, we do have both of our players in. This is going to be Lean versus Saul. Lean, of course, being a PSN player who's just recently made the jump over to PC. Saul, a bit of a long-standing player. Don't believe he's ever gotten past round 2 in the tournament. So, hence, allowing him to participate in this here. But, ladies and gentlemen, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1, the bolt is out, the physics have been drunk, and the lightning grease applied, as we are going to see that roll out there as Saul is going to try and get those hits in there. Run R2 comes out there with the one-handed, going for a little bit of a handy tech to get that lower recovery, but it does seem as though Saul is going to be taking a little bit of damage here. Looking at this, to jump over the top there from the side of Saul into a standing R1. Good attempt there on the other side of Lean, who is going to get a nice trade there. 400 HP in the differences of right now, and the chilling mist. It's getting cold out there, folks, as we're going to see that run R1 come in. The side not quite able to get that hit, however, the side go spur into a run R1 there is going to land into a jump over the top there. Right over the top there, but the dagger in Men's Smiles comes out, as we are going to see that jump over the top there, actually managing to clip Lean. Lean tries to get that hit in there as well, but Saul is very much in it, as we are going to see that L1 not quite able to connect. You hate to see it, as we're going to see that bit of a trade ring out there. Saul is still quite far ahead here, as Lean is going to be forced to roll out now once again. The CR1 comes out there from the side of Lean. The Elden Lean, who's going to eat an awful lot of damage there, as you do see that CR1 come out now once again, but the dagger is out, and that one dagger hit, I believe, will be enough to put this one away. Into what? Sorry, excuse me? You what, mate? On this latency? There ain't no way. Into that tier proc, but the trade comes in with the dagger. Oh my lord. A packet lost moment? No, this is a desync after after backstabs on Seamless. It's kind of weird. If there was packet loss, I think it would be even more unlikely to land the inescapable. It is an inescapable grab that if they roll directly back and they're unlocked, you can actually get the hit in there. That is, sir, may I have an explanation on how are you performing these? Either way, that's up Yuzu. Round 2. This first 3, Saul 1, Lean. Looking pretty lean here, but with the comeback was indeed pretty real, as we are going to see Saul land that first hit, jump over the top there. HTS doing HTS things as a trade rings out. The side actually managing to get that nice tasty hit in there. Good roll out comes out, as a run R2 comes here from the side of Lean, who is going to roll out there, but it is going to force a trade. Lean is taking a lot of damage here. A lot of damage, but it's actually a little bit more even than I would have thought as the double roll away there from the Chilling Mist. However, that run R2 is going to actually land. Lean tries to set up for that little schmicks there with the CR1 into the standing R1 to try and call out Saul's shenanigans, as we do see the tier gone now for Saul now once more. Nice little bit of neutral is about to engage here as the run R1, sorry, comes out there from the side of Saul. Electing to go for the one-handed scythe here is one of the decisions. And that is going to be Saul taking the second round in this wave 1 fight. First 3. Yeah, the inescapable is a weird one. It was in 3 as well. Shoo. Inescapable is a funny one. Both of these guys are probably at about 160 ping, somewhere along those lines. You'll have to ask the players afterwards to see what they're on. So it is rare for it to happen on that latency, but it's not unheard of. Alright. Oh, the desync after? No, this is a seamless only problem. Lean. Oh no. Lean. Lean. Are you listening? Runark. Lean! No! Me message him real quick. Yo! Let's go! He did it. Now heal up. Oh no, he's 20 HP down. Heal up. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Allez! As the bolt is out, the physics have been drunk. Lean has had the lean, as we do see a nice little bit of a jump over the top there. Good rollout there comes out from the side of Lean, as we are going to see that CR1. Good rollouts now once more, as you're going to see Lean taking a lot more damage here once more. So you see that tally swap come out there from the side of Saul, who is directly back up to full HP, getting that full utility from both of the sword and shield talismans, which are huge. Jump over the top there. We're going to see that standing R1 not quite able to hit. I imagine that was a bit of a negative space there on the side of Saul. Standing R1 is going to connect there as the side mirror engages the frost proc. Bit of hypothermia here is going to be taking down Lean, who's taking a lot of damage. We do see that strafe attempt. However, the R2, Saul getting caught on a little bit of a schmicks there as another run R1 comes out here. Both sides on their respective daggers. Jump over the top there from the side of Saul. We actually see Lean get that interrupt there. As oh, never mind. Spacing was a mistake. Looking at that there, the good strafe comes out there from the side of Saul, who now has his tier gone. 500, about just under 500 HP in the difference, and now nearly 1,000. Good rollout comes out there from the side of Saul, who just needs to land that last hit. Are we going to see the standing R1 after? We did not, unfortunately not, as we do see the bleed bolus consumed. Bevan, yesterday, having asked a very interesting question of, I wonder what the boluses taste like. I'm curious as to your theories, as that is going to be the end of the first round. First set is now done. Jeez, my G's. Alright, let me log the score. 3-0 in favor of Saul. Alright, now it is going to be A2 versus Dip. Like cough syrup. Probably bitter. I do wonder. But does the bleed bolus give you more blood, or how does that work? If so, it would probably taste metallic and irony. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought this one through, folks. That's A2 on the left, right? We're just waiting on Dip. Yeah, let's go. The red one tastes red, says Embern. I think that you might actually be onto something there. Might actually be onto something. I like the red one. If it tasted like Flintstone vitamins, my inventory would be empty. That was a pretty good fight to watch. Yeah, the HTS into side is kind of an interesting one. But either way, we are now onto this next round, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just take a quick peek at the build. A2, of course. Gonna be rocking the Faith. Oh, ye of little faith. Voices Dip. Strong to the end. Oh me. Oh my. I'm kind of curious as to how this one is going to go. Claymore versus the Halberd with the no doubt catch flame sling. The whole 9 yards here, I'd imagine, is up. We're in for an exciting one, folks. Why do they have so much health? They're using rune arcs because Seamless is based. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, on a 3, on a 2, and a 1. A2, the lady in blue. Dip, about to be embracing the light as the laser beams. We see a nice little tasty bit of damage to begin here as the Flame Serpent comes out. Getting a little bit of damage. Good rollout comes out there on the side of A2, who is going to be trying to get that hit there. Oh, and the poison has now been procced immediately. That's going to give a really nice damage boost. Not only from the Mushroom Crown, but also from the Talisman. There we go. We're going to see that nice little bit of damage. Trying to go for that CR1 there, coming out now once more. Good rollout comes out there on the side of A2, who's almost able to get that hit in. The Halberd Run R1 is going to whiff. Dip here, doing a decent job. Looking at this here, the Run R1 comes out into that R2. Brutal as the Thrusting Sword comes through. A2 electing for a little bit of a mash. She would never, as the Catch Flame comes through. But that roll-in is going to be called out. Oof. Dip takes the first stock. Triple poison, TS goes hard. Yes. Yes, it does. Not in this rule set. Yeah, it's not. It's allowed in this rule set. PSN card, myself, ERPVP, and I think there's slight differences in YY's rule set as well. There's a few different rule sets going on rotation at the moment. I don't know what I haven't kept up with what the box has been doing. But I can take a look. If we have a short round, I could take a look at their rule set. Alright, folks, we have both of our contestants in once more. Rune Art. Shenanigans. Tomfoolery even. As this, we go on to set 2 of wave 1. Dip takes the first round. This is why we change words for different things, folks. But we do see... Oh my lord. Not managing to land that, but it would have been very funny if she had been able to, as Mesmer's orb goes out. Unfortunately, the hyper armor just says no. Dip there doing a decent job here of that hyper armor trade coming out here with the claymore. Oh, been managing to get those interrupts. There's the CR1 comes out there from the side of A2. Good roll out there from the side of A2. Empty jump there coming through. Almost managing to get that rolling R1, but the R2 comes out here from the side of Dip. Tries to set up for that, but the hyper is armored. Or the armor is hyper. There's a jump R2 over the top there, comes out from the side of A2. Good roll out there once more. As a jump R2 comes out again, tries to set up for that, but you do not roll into the claymore as she tries to jump over the top, but alas. Dip takes the second stock. There we go. We use 164 for the box now? Okay, okay. Yeah, take your time, A2. I can take a look at the box rule set real quick while we wait. I haven't, it's been a while since I've actually taken a look at it. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? First to 99. Leaderboard rules. Where is it? 1v1 leaderboard rules info. 125 or 165. 150 is allowed if player allows it. Respecking or swapping characters during a match is not allowed. That makes sense. That's all fine. Crimson Crystal Tier. Crimson Burst Crystal Tier is gone. Leaden Hard Tier. Thorny Crack Tier. Winged Crystal Tier. Windy Crystal Tier. Crimson World Bubble Tier. And Carillion Hidden Tier. That's all pretty normal stuff. Rune Arcs are banned because X-Burks. Oh, they've banned Standard and Drawstring Rock Grease. Shield Grease is banned on dueling shields and thrusting shields. Okay. Drawstring drag. Oh, they still have thrusting shields legal? Are all three trying to globally ban Flaming Strike? I have no idea, if I'm being honest with you. If I look at the Ashes of War that are banned, Sword Dance is gone on Curve. Swords Twin Blades of Spin Slash gone. Oh no, they have all thrusting and dueling shields banned, but why specify? That's weird. Whatever. Spread Crossbow still legal on box. Clean Rot's gone on. Yeah, that's good. Great Spear still have Spear Tally gone. Pikes and Cross Naginata still gone on Power Stance Spears. Okay, it's not terrible. That's a fine rule set. It's 200 extra HP. And YY's set and mine have been kind of going back and forth. Pretty much. Yeah, YY's rule set and mine have been more or less just experimenting with stuff. I'll be changing things drastically next week. Like, very drastically next week. So, we'll see. But either way, we do have both of our contestants in. We do have A2 back in the hoose. Ladies and gentlemen, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1, allay. And looking at that there, we do see the physics here. And we do see the swap back over onto the LGS here from the side of A2, who is going to be trying to get those hits in as the bit of a mash engages. But that poison proc just went through so quickly, as we do see that swap over to the two-handed, as A2 is going to get interrupted by the hyper armor once more. But Dip is dipping out of there. Oh me, oh my. Good roll out there comes out from the side of A2, who gets that interrupt into the bleed proc. Into that Stormblade there to try and get that interrupt here as a standing R1 into the follow-up R1, the back swing. Good rollout comes out there on the side of A2, but unfortunately just too close. As we see the roll in into that follow-up R1 as she mashes once more. A bit more reserved play coming out here from the side of A2, wanting to actually take that take a stock. As L1's managed to connect here. Dip is going to be managing to get that ballast for free, but does take a little bit from that Stormblade there. As we do see the rollout come out now from the side of A2. In the L1 mash comes through. Dip has taken a little bit of damage. Evening this one out by a fairly substantial margin as the L1s come out. Into the mash. Dip and A2 neck and neck. As A2 is clearly swapped over to something a hell of a lot more comfortable for her. Into that trade. Tries to go for that mash. A2 is quite low. And that's going to be that. The bleed proc. And pop goes the balloon. A2 takes it. 1-2. For A2 evening it out, slowly but surely. GG's. No, I probably will be leaving Flaming Strike banned. I think the Space Ranger versus Bron the Goat in the last Ondo tourney was a wake-up call for why Flaming Strike is just a little bit too free. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, we have both of our contestants in. 3, 2, 1. Physics. Poisonous Mist. The miasma that descends upon the arena. As we see A2 swap over onto the side here. Interesting choice as the standing R1 is going to come out there. Almost managing to land that other hit there. Run R1 comes through. Into another run R1, but unfortunately that clay comes out. And a standing R1 there. Into the Ash of War. Good rollout there comes out from the side of A2. There we go. As we do see that, the swap back over onto the Flam Burglar. Oh, but the trade on fork. GG's to both. Always a pleasure having you in. And remember, there is a loser's bracket as Dip moves on into the next round. 3-1 in the favor of Dip. Briar and Athian. Let me just message the players. There we go. Yeah, well, again, remember that if players are too good, they join once, they win, and then they're never allowed to join again. So, if good players do slip in, then there you go, Saucy. That's more or less the way it works. Again, I have to keep the unfortunately with how the scene is, I kind of have to keep sign-ups to be fairly, how do I put it, lenient. It's just the nature of the beast. Let me get this in here. All right, so it's going to be, how do I spell that name? Hang on a second. A-E-T-H-E-A-O-N. E-O-N-T-H. There we go. Alright, we got the name in. Control S. That's saved. And then, who are they fighting? They are fighting Briar. A little bit easier to spell. The Briar and the Rose. I wouldn't have, but I thought the bracket was pretty empty at the time. Yeah, no, and they do appreciate the fill, Saul, just to be clear. Again, I do dislike for the regular brackets. I do dislike having. I do quite dislike having round robin. I think that it's kind of anticlimactic, to be honest with you. Indeed, Briar from DS3 fame. All right, folks, we have both of our players in. As we can see, they're both in the arena. Let's take a quick peek at the builds. The builds are, of course, 60 strength here from the side of Athian. Versus Briar, who's on that 50 strength. 10 strength in the difference. 24 dex to 20. 29 endurance from the side of Athian. Versus the 35 on the side of Briar. And there we go. We are going to see what seems to be the KGS off stock versus the two-handed Great Katana. Very cool. All right, folks. On a nice clean match, folks. Oh dear. Either way, we have both our players in. And on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Allez! As we do see that run R1s coming out here from the side of both players. We are going to see that KGS whiff just a little bit. We are going to see Briar try to set up for a backstab there, as he always does. I do see that set up a little bit of stagger steps coming out here in neutral. As we do see something funky coming out there. As we are going to see that rollout come out now once more. Goes for a run R1, not quite able to make it into a run R1 now once more. Spacing out there, tries to go for the BS, but unfortunately it's just not going to happen. Athian has taken a lot of damage here, but Briar is still very much in it as a run R1 comes through there into another one, the back step there, but unfortunately is going to be interrupted. Athian has to play this very, very carefully as the one-handed run R1 comes out as a bit of handy tech into the overhead. Backstab grab, unfortunately, is going to come through there, and it is not going to land, as we do see Briar take more damage for trying to be cool. That is the downside to these things, as we do see that run R1 come out there. KGS off stock, getting a little bit of a poke in there, as we do see that rollout, but unfortunately no roll, attempts to space, and Briar takes the first stock. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Both of these builds are wild. This 200 ping is paying lot. Yeah, that's unfortunately welcome to beginners brackets. You hate to see it. Roll everything, my friend. Be like water. Could be 300. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. On a 3, on a 2, and a 1. LA! As we do see the physics. As we are now going to take just a peek here as we get the bird's eye view on the fight, folks. Into a little bit of a spot. Is that SS off stock? What a Chad! Holy sheesh! That's so based! As a run R1 comes through there. A backspin into the spinning slash. Managing to get a tasty bit of damage there. Into that trade that comes out there once more. Run R1 comes out. Into the back swing. SS off stock real? Good attempt to space there. Comes out from the side of Athian. Oh, and the trade comes through into another one. Good showing there from the broadsword here on the side of Athian, who goes in for that L1 trade. Both sides are very, very low. Oh my god. Owie. Ouch. Oh my lord. Oh lord. No arc rip? Oh no! Make sure you rune arc, lads. Athian, have you rune arced? Here we go. Let's go. Cool. Alright then, folks. We have both players in. Interesting. Alright, on a 3. On a 2. On a 1. Yeah, there we go. I need a great rune. I'll message him after round 1, or in a second. As we are going to see both players chilling out now. Goes for that running attack. It's not quite going to be able to land. Looking at this Briar here going for that trade there. As the offstock goes Burr. Bit of a nasty trade there, and the life advantage as the spinning slash comes out. It's not going to land as we are going to see that overhead strike into that trade. Owie. Briar still has about 800 HP to go before the rune arc is going to... The bubble tier is going to pop. As we do see this very, very long neutral engage. Running R1 there to get that interrupt into the offstock. L1, 800, about 1500 relative HP. Ooh, me oh my, as we are going to see that rollout now. 715. Ow-wee. Ow-wee. As that is going to connect. That is Briar taking the round. GG's. Well played. Alright, now it's going to be Skeen versus Fritz. And then in the first round of losers, it's going to be A2 versus Elden Lean versus the loser of this next round. We just message Athian real quick to tell him. And there we go. Alright, there we go. I'm just make sure that Athian knows to get... Right, yo, let's crack on then with this next round. We have Fritz versus Skeen. So let me change the names. Let's see if all those hours in Napoleonics are going to have been worth it for Elden Ring. Alright. Also, fun fact, a skeen in Gaelic means a knife. Fun fact, there you go. Now you've learned, Fritz. That's probably the only word of Gaelic I remember. Let's take a quick peek at the builds, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Fritz rocking that little bit of faith, little bit of dex, and plenty of endurance. And of course that vigor. Using the halberd into the Swords of Light. Curious. And of course, Skeen here rocking on that int build with some magical shenanigans here by the looks of things. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. What a round we're going to see is the Shamshir, which is cold, and the thrusting sword as well that doubles as a catalyst. Ladies and gentlemen, as we crack on with this round 1, the last match of round 1, we are going to see the Sword of Light come out here as the moon versus laser beams, and a comet out there as well, just for extra measure, into the spinning weapon! That L1 is not going to land, unfortunately, here, as we come out there. Oh, and the spinning weapon again! Into the comet! But a little bit of a trade there as the R2 comes out here on the side of Fritz, who has a chance to try and even this one out, but he's playing so carefully and so far away that he's not going to be able to get those interrupts in that he's going to necessarily need as a jump L1 comes over the top into the true. Whew. Owie. Owie. A Skeen takes the W. You would never say the B word, Scorched. You would never do that to me. How could you even think about that? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Welcome in, everyone. All right. Boiveries, that's crazy. No, Scorch, you said the B word. All right, we have both of our players in, ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, round 2. Skeen in red with 1, Fritz Nihil with 0, and LA. The bolt is out, folks, as we are going to see the moon come out now once again. A little bit of a punishment attempt there from the side of Fritz, who's going to be interrupted there from throwing what seemed to be a frost pot. But the spinning weapon comes out. Oh no. Oh no. As a run R2 is going to come out here, as the projectiles come out now as well. Phalanx is doing Phalanx things, as we do see the rollouts coming out from the side of Fritz, who's going to eat a comet. Owie. 2 for Skeen. Skeen? Skeen? I'm going to call him Skeen. Let's go. And Kiwi, you had mentioned earlier on that you wanted beginners winners. We've already had one. It's uploaded to YouTube. Well, it's uploaded to YouTube. The $200 tourney that Minikush funded. So that is up. Well, again, like if we take a quick peek at the builds here once again, like it's 70 int at the cost of a shit ton of vigor. Just don't get hit, bro. Simples. All right. With both of our players in. Round 3. LA. And there we have it. We are going to see that comet come out there right off the bat. Look at the damage there that Fritz has managed to take. As we do see that rollout as the spinning weapon is out there once more. Are we going to see that hit? We do see a little bit of a hit as the spin slash comes out here on the halberd. But unfortunately it is not going to land. Into that tray, getting that interrupt there. That's what Fritz needs to do. Needs to get those counter pressures in there and stop Skeen from casting. Oh no, the strafe! Into a comet again. Oh me, oh my. Skeen takes the set. Alright. How do I even fight that, bro? With great difficulty. So against mages, generally speaking, you want to stay close to them. You figure out the distance. You can beat them on halberd. Halberd's not a bad choice because you can close the gap really quickly. So there's a concept in PvP called aggressive spacing. It's basically what Dark Souls 3 was. The entire fucking video game of it, if I'm being honest with you. Wherein you stay just in the opponent's periphery and punish pretty much anything that they do. If they make an attack or something like that, you're able to get the punish in. It makes flasking very difficult, and it makes the onus on them to make the space in order to get that punish, which is pretty huge, especially against a mage. You can basically just mince them slowly but surely. It's not easy, but it is doable. It is very doable. It's just a very strange gameplay loop, if I'm being completely honest with you. Your win conditions are different from most other builds in the game. Easier said than done. Hell yeah, I'm glad you've enjoyed it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on into the losers bracket round 1. Very exciting stuff. As we move back on to the first to 2 matches. It's going to be Elden Lean, fresh from PSN. Lean and Mean versus the Masher Queen herself, A2. Will we see... Yeah, the 200 try 200 milliseconds doesn't help. Well, you can force trades and stuff like that, which is pretty risky against the damage output that he's able to do. But it's just picking your engagements, because the mage outside of like Star Shower can't really hit you, unless you kind of make a blunder. I think the biggest thing that caught you out is you overextended into the spinning weapon, Run R2s are a great way to initiate, especially if they're trying to go for those strafes. Alright. Nito Dorito. There's ways and means. I'm making it sound very fucking easy right now, which it is anything but. Very much anything but. But yeah, there's a couple of very nasty mage players rocking around now at the moment. There's Grifnir, there's Lucy, although I haven't seen Lucy play in a hot minute. Not since doing particularly well against Braun. Let me just ash. Oh, he's in. Never mind. I think it's just people aren't used to fighting it because it hasn't been all that popular until lately. It's definitely mages are very much a flavor of the month kind of thing. They come, they go. But either way, we have both of our players in, ladies and gentlemen. A2 in red, Lean in blue. Let's just take a quick peek here. Obviously, Lean is going to be rocking the scythe. Be the scythe of relief, you farming utensil enjoyers out there. Rocking that 58 strength. Interesting choice for going strength here on the side of Lean. And then, of course, A2 on the PSLGS. 55 dexterity, 15 int, 15 faith, 14 strength, and loads of end for maximum mashing efficiency. Ladies and gentlemen, we have both of our players. Let's rock on. In 3, 2, 1, allez. As we are going to see now, both of our players going for their respective buffs. Num 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 num. As we do see, tries to get those hits in. Good jump over the top there as the mash, earning her namesake. L1, the spam, but the super armor on the side of the scythe is going to prevent it as Lean is getting torn up in a one girl blender. L1's coming out into that interrupt. Rolling L1 is very much an interesting setup here as we are going to see that rollout come out there as A2 capitalizes on the miss space here on the side of Lean. Good jump out there comes out from the side of A2. Good rollout as well here as she sets up for the jumps over the top. Eats that little bit of damage. Looking at this here, we are going to see those standing L1s come out. Into a trade. A2 is taking a lot of damage here. But Renala's go ham. As we are going to see the blue feather actually managed to land. And that's going to be A2 taking the bleed proc. Managing to get some really good damage. A close match here, ladies and gentlemen. As the beast claws come out. Oh dear. Both sides. As Renala's Ash comes out now once more. And Renala's manages to land. A2. Earning her moniker once more. Takes the stock. Hells to the yeah. Good shit. Setups like this that enable selective mashing are very, very handy to have in your back pocket. Very, very handy to have in your back pocket. Especially if you are a known masher. I can't remember who it was way back when said, oh, I was talking to, I think it was it Valharan? Someone was saying they were talking to Vol, and I was like, what do you think of Endless Playstyle? It's like, man, he likes to mash. Kindred spirits, you and I, too. Kindred spirits. As we are going to crack on now with this next round. 3, 2, 1. Allez. As we are going to see this long neutral develop here. Lean, a little bit more careful this time. As that rolling L1 comes out there from the side of A2. But the spin to win. As the big pot comes out there. Going for that rolling L1. A2 getting overly enthusiastic about the aggression there. But look at that. Nice 3-hit combo comes out. The damage is remarkably low here, but always good to keep in mind, as we are going to see that hit from neutral. Lean is taking a lot of damage. Almost a rollout there comes out from the side of A2. Into a little bit of a trade there. Very much in the favor of Lean, as we do see the magical spells coming out here that Renala's Ash. Oh, overextended into the pressure there. But Lean managing to get that whiff punish. A2 has to be careful about that mash as the jump comes through into the double slash. As an attempted whiff punish comes through now once more. Setting up for that two-handed LGS. Goes for those R2s. The standing R1 comes out. Good runaways there comes out from the side of A2, who has Lean stuck in the corner. Lean still has tier. And I'm not sure if there's a tier skip opportunity. Good rollout comes out on the side of A2. Still very much has it. And still has a stock. Oh, me oh my. Good rollout comes out. And the roll catch there from the side of Lean evens this into match point 1-1. As loser's bracket is going to be a first 2-2. Roll catch restored. Indeed, indeed, indeed. All right. Ladies and gentlemen. Round 3. As the bows come out as we peer both over and through the parapet once more. A2 setting up there for the physic. We do see this long neutral. As a rollout comes out now once more. Oh, A2 caught. Lean's taking a little bit of damage. Looking at this here, we are going to see that run R1 come out here from the side of A2. As the L1 spam, but the Supa Dupa armor as the backstep. A2 perhaps can't afford to play as careful there. Looking at these stagger steps coming out here. Oh, and a trade comes through. A2's roll caught. A2 has to play this very, very carefully. Oh, and the bear claws come through into the bleed proc. Jeez. All our hopes, dreams, and aspirations laid bare, folks. I'm here all week. All right. Lean 2. A2 1. GG's A2. Thank you for filling this week. I absolutely appreciate you joining in. Now it's going to be Fritz versus Athian. And we get this set up. Let's go. The Bennings curse continues. Well, I'll hit me up after tourney A2. We'll do some sets. And versus Fritz. Why do I always spell Fritz with a Z? I need to stop doing that. But first, yeah, enjoy the meal. All right, let's get our players in the arena, ladies and gentlemen. Very nicely done. We have both of them in. Let's take a quick peek at the builds as we wait for them to get themselves at the ready. Looking at this, it is going to be the 60 strength, 20 dex from the side of Fritz versus Voices, 45 dexterity, 24 faith. Interesting. Kind of a semi-quality build here from the side of Fritz. But Athia... Oh, wait, hang on a second. That's Arseways. There we go. Now it's right. There we go. We fixed it. All right, folks. We got it wrong. 60 vigor on the side of both of them. It is going to be Fritz rocking Sword of Light with that whole bird. Athian going with the KGS off stock. Very, very nice. All right. Let's crack on with this loser's bracket. First to 2 of wave 1. Let's go. Ladies and gents, on a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Allez. As we do see the laser beams coming out here on the side of Fritz. But no damage. As that run R2 is going to get that interrupt into the Sacred Blade here on the side of Athien, who is going to be managing to land that first hit there. The offstock comes out. A little bit of backschwang. As a run R1 comes through here on the side of Fritz. And that toggle immediately into the Sword of Light there as well. Just to get that extra little bit of a speed boost. You'll love to see it. As we do see that rollout come out now on the side of Fritz. Into the parry! You won't see this on ladder card, as we are going to see the runaways here coming out from the side of Fritz. He's having to play this very, very carefully. Good rollout there, comes out on the side of Fritz once more. Would you see that jump over the top? It is not going to land on Fork Bestie, as we do see that toggle over now back onto the Swords of Light, into the KGS and the Sacred Blade as the L1 come out. But unfortunately, when the armor is hyper, or the hyper is armored, not going to work out from there, as Athien is content to actually trade into it. And speaking of trades, Whiff Punish not restored this day. We're going to see these runouts come out now from the side of both of them. Nice little bit of a nice bit of a hit comes out there. Athien trying to force in that little bit of damage, but Fritz is taking a lot himself as that trade comes through. Oh me, oh my, Athien takes the first stock. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Nito Dorito. Oh, Lord. Yeah, straight swords can whiff punish, for sure. I believe this is NA West to EU, so it's going to be pretty rough. Also, can ye answer me a question, folks? Can ye answer me a very serious question here? Why on earth does a time slot that's more or less set up for EU always have so many American players in it? I will never understand. Oh, whatever. We have both of our players in. Athien 1 and match point. Fritz has a little bit of catching up to do. And on a 3, on a 2, on a 1, LA. Alright. As we see these absolute gents run in here to try and get a little bit of damage. The swap over onto the Grey Cat is definitely a decent play here for the side of Fritz. Has whiff punish potential. Goes for a roll out there once more. As we do see that trade coming through there on the side of Fritz, who I think he might have won the initial engagement. However, that health disadvantage is going to cost him ultimately, which isn't ideal. But the backstaboo! Fisher Real into the Weed Cutter. Making sure this arena is neatly trimmed, ladies and gentlemen. As we do see that roll out there coming out on the side of Fritz. Sets up for that R2, but when the armor is hyper, into a nice little bit of a trade there. Fritz still has tier. Athien just losing it. As we look here, jump over the top there once more. Into another trade. Both sides now without tier. Into a little bit of damage that R2 is not going to connect. Into the second hit there. Athien's taking a lot of damage. Then the Raksasha. One more turn on the rack and the edge walk away. Yo, Bevan, do you wanna go fight in Lasky, bestie? Let's go Lasky. Now, I have bad FPS in the chain. Meet me at Turtle Tower and it. I get like 10 FPS there, bro. I'm not sure. Or Volcano Bridge. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it, we go Volcano Bridge, bro. Either way, we do have both of our players in, ladies and gents. 1-1 match point. Athien, relative newcomer. Fritz, who's been knocking around just a little while. As we do see the chugs coming out here from the side of both of them. Swap back over onto SS Offstock here from the side of Athien. Very pro, but One more turn on the rack, as we do see that trade come through now once more into that CR1, and a little bit of backswing comes through there from the side of Athian. Not a bad idea. The win con here isn't very straightforward for Athian. He just has to space a lot and do an awful lot of whiff punishes. Maybe get a little bit of poise chip, but unfortunately with that hyper armor reset here on the rack, due to the hyper armor, I'm not sure if this is really the play. You need something that has a guaranteed break on the second hit. All-Fax mightn't be terrible, but it gives me the question then as to why use the straight sword. As we are going to see the weed cutter come out. Fritz landscaping in full force. Contact him at 090 547321 for all your landscaping needs, ladies and gentlemen. As we see that swap over onto the two-handed straight sword. Little bit better is that Jump R2 is going to get that guaranteed poise break here, but Grey Katana has very funny anti-airs as the trade comes through, and Fritz takes the W. His regiment on Warband Napoleon is going to be absolutely ecstatic, ladies and gentlemen, at this win. Very nicely done. That is the end of Wave 1, folks. Losers bracket is now done. Fritz moving on. Athian, I can't wait to see you next week. Basically more jumping, yeah, but two-handed you're definitely going to get some good utility out of it, but there's SS off stock in this game just doesn't function. The reason it worked before is you had really nice means of interrupting people. You could kind of roll catch with it. They had a borderline unreactable move that you could waggle to force rolls with the off stock that could get really good prio against stuff. And you had a straight sword to whiff punish, and alternatively as well to get backswing. But backswing on straight swords doesn't particularly exist in Elden Ring. It's still there, but not great. But either way, we move on to round 2. It's going to be Saul versus Dip. Neat. Let's get this show on the road as we move now back onto the best of 5s, first to 3s. We move on to Wave 2. I tried Diff coming back for more. Hell yeah. So long as you enjoy yourself, that's the priority. There's nothing on the line here except honor, ego, and all of that good stuff. So we do see Saul come in here. Dip. Dipping back in for more punishment, ladies and gents. As we look here. Looking at it there, Saul is going to be rocking the HTS once more on that 54 strength build. The off dagger. And then Dip, of course, rocking that 54 strength as well. 18 dex. Is this almost an identical build? A little bit more endurance here from the side of Dip. But both of them are pretty much identical. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Yeah, hit me up for duels, A2. You know the drill. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, with both of our players in, let's crack on in 3, 2, 1. The first set and stock of round 2. In this here, we are going to see that rollout come out there from the side of Dip. He's going to go for that run attack, and look at that, the poison already managing to proc. That's crazy. But not in a position to actually get the punish as the jump comes through here on the side of Saul. Going for that run R2, it's not quite able to connect. Good rollout comes out there on the side of Saul as well, as we do see that trade come through into that R2. Into another R2. Curious, as we are going to see that roll out now once more. Saul does have to be worried about those anti-airs from the standing R1s here from the side of Dip. They do have that little bit of anti-air potential. Same with the CR1s. No, CR1s on that particular greatsword aren't quite the same. Ripperoni and pepperoni. Into that backstab attempt, though, from the side of Dip, who gets that interrupt. Tries to go for another R2. The poison is mished. The mished. And miasma as we swap onto that 2- and one-handed thrusting sword here. We're going to see a second one, but we do get that ballast punish here, which is very, very nice there from the side of Dip. Saul doing a decent job here of waggling here in neutral, gets that punish, but unfortunately is going to get mishted. You hate to see it. Jump over the top there, but was empty. As we are going to see Dip set up for that. R2, which does land. Not going for that second R1, respecting the dagger a bit too much, as we are going to see Sol here do some serious damage into that standing R1. That R2 is going to be free aim to try and get the hit, but unfortunately went the wrong way, as that second R1 comes out there. Follow up on the jump R1. Looking at this here, we are going to see that run R1 actually manage to try and get some damage. It is at the very least going to land a little bit of that poison build-up, which is going to be the meat and potatoes of that build. But owie, as that run R2 comes through and actually manages to get that hit. Very nicely done. Sol takes the first stock. Beautiful showing, beautiful showing. I have always said this. I think I even said it in the tier list vid. HTS players make HTS seem good. One tricks are glorious for that. I look at HTS on paper and say, man, this is Garbo. And then I watch the HTS mains fuck around with it and I'm like, oh, I actually have to respect that a little bit. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. It's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, good showing there from the side of Sol. Alright. Lohan, whatever. Welcome in. XX Ghost F4NG Fang? XX? Good name, I think. Thanks for the follows, lads. I appreciate it. Goated name. Sol is also pretty... Yeah, Sol is pretty good. Been a while since I played him. Mosquita! Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, HTS is kind of weird. It's a very, very weird setups. How are you supposed to... Okay. Sol. How are you supposed... What? Listen, alright? Alright? Like Sol? Is that not what I said? Are you making fun of my accent? I hate all of you. I absolutely hate all of you. Sol was in fact under the pronunciation. What do you mean? Is it not phonetic? Y'all are dumb. HTS players deserve to be banned from this tournament. War. He's saying it right. Sol. Oh Lord. Oh lordy. And do you know what I've been watching a load of recently? Someone, a YouTube commenter, reminded me of it. I've just started watching old StarCraft casts. That's what I've been spending my time. Like Soul? What? That's not phonetic! The fuck? Where is Dipgon? Have a good stream. But yeah, I've been binge watching Tasteosis for like the last few days. There's some fucking golden fucking bits from those streams. Hang on a second. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Tasteosis staying alive. There you go. While we wait. This is only like 30 seconds long. Fuck's sake. So fucking stupid. There you go. Enjoy. My word. Anyway! Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. On a 3. On a 2. On a 1. LA! As we are going to see Sol run around, do some shenanigans. Or Soul. Go for that running attack there. It is going to be a trade, and it's actually going to be a little bit in the favor of Sol there, weirdly enough. Going for that run R1 there. It is going to be another trade, and again, in the favor of Soul. Setting up there for that one. Jump over the top there, getting another tasty bit of damage there on that one. And that run R2 afterwards as well. Very, very nice stuff there from the side of Sol. Jump over the top there once more. Going for that nice little bit of a hit. But the Bolus punished. A punishment in Elden Ring. That's crazy as we see these rollouts come out now. On the side of Dip. Jump over the top, but negatively spaced, whatever. Going for that hit there into the off dagger mash. Oh me, oh my. Sol taking another round. Beautiful done. Beautifully done. I do care how mine's pronounced, but I prefer scan. Okay. Alright, both of our players are in. Alright. On a 3. On a 2. On a 1. Allez! As Soul is going to be chilling out here. As a standing R1 comes out, but Dip doing a decent job there. Trying to get those nice hits in. Run R2 comes out now from the side of Sol, who is going to continue meeting with these jump R1s here, furthering that lead by about 400 HP. Very, very nicely done as a run attack comes through there. 1708 to 230. Very, very nice. As a jump R1 comes out over the top there. No, jump R2 actually. I forget the HCS is anything other than the jump R1s. Easy to forget as we see the off dagger come out there once more. Backstab grab is tragical, gamers. The jump over the top there comes out, and that's going to be the tier gone, and I cry every time as we do see that follow-up come through into the kickflip. Beautiful stuff here from the side of Sol. Into that R2, but unfortunately HTS tracking moment says no, sir. So rollout comes out there, but the poison is going to be built up. Getting that second hit into the follow-up there. Sol continuing to take a little bit. Jump over the top there once more into that back swing. The off dagger there continuing to build it up. 95 HP to 2,000. Winnable, I think. Owie, bestie. Owie. As Dip is going to have to dip out into loser's bracket. I've been waiting a while to say that one. 3 to nihil. GG's. And now we move on to the next match. Briar. I know how to pronounce that one, okay? Don't at me. Briar. Funny Fisher Dark Souls 3, man. Of course, coming up through the private server era, if memory serves correctly, versus Skine. Skeen. There we go. What's up, Donut? Classic bow plus backstep. It's a true combo, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. GG's. Can we take a minute to appreciate the drip was pretty good. The drip was pretty good. The only person I trust to tell me how good the drip is YY. The rest of us have been brain broken, to be honest with you. She's the only one I trust to give us the real lowdown. Yes, the ladle herself. You may laugh. Does YY like my drip? We'll have to ask her. The blue Twisty McTwisty stick. Fashion duos. Bring back Eisen rule set. We're only allowed to have 45 poise, guys. We ban all daggers, and the world will be at peace. And we can show everyone. No, we just keep the standard rule set, but keep a poise lock to 45. And enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Either way, enough dilly-dallying. We have both of our players. Nope, that is not correct. I can guarantee that's not correct. Oh me, oh my. Voices. There we go. There we go. Looking at this here, we do see 50 strength here on the side of Briar. 24 dex. Kind of a funny build. Obviously Sky in here rocking that 46 vigor. 27 mind. 70 int. Dear Lord. Let's go. Ladies and gents. On a 3. On a 2 and a 1. This is going to be interesting. As we do see the moon. And that immediate pressure here. Tries to go for that roll catch there. As we are going to see the spins. And the trade. Oh my good god. And that follow-up R1 actually managing to get the catch. Into the backstep. Skyn has taken a lot of damage here. Into that punish. Into the bleed proc. There you go. There you go. Briar with that aggressive chase down. My god, that's how you kill a mage. That is indeed how you kill a mage. A tragedy in 4 acts. The narrative structure is a bit fucked in that particular act. But, either way, ladies and gentlemen. Round 2. Briar with 1. Skyn with 0. As we do see the phalanx come out here. Just get that little bit of pressure right off the bat. As the moon. But Briar says no sir as the spinning weapon. Oh, and it does seem to have desynced for me. Oh no. Oh no! That's a lot of damage. As we do see these rollouts come out here on the side of Skyn. No, he didn't forget to rune arc. He's 46 vigor. Oh, and the phalanx has managed to land here. Into that trade! 1-1, ladies and gents. Alright, let's is it 46 or was it 56? No, it's 46. It is in fact 46. Yeah, there you go. Just don't get hit, forehead. Just don't get hit, bro. Just don't do it. There you go. There you have it. As we get this set up here once more. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. 1-1. And on a 3. On a 2 and a 1. Allez. As the comets ring out. The artillery duels. Into that trade, which of course Briar will win. Into that block there immediately just to get the hell out of dodge. Into that trade. Oh my lord. Into that punish. As we see that poison build up here. Tries to get that out there. We do see. Into that run R1. Into a trade. Into a bleed proc, but it was rolled. Good roll out there. Comes out from the side of Briar, who manages to get that punish. And there you have it. 2-0. That aggro. No, 2-1, sorry, excuse me. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Tourney casters spewing misinformations. Wouldn't be the first time. As we are going to get our players ambling neatly towards where they need to go. Picking up those souls. Get that out of the way. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 4 in this first to 3. On a 3, 2, 1. Allez! And this could be the end of the set if Briar is able to get this hit in. As we do see the Moon into that punish trade, which is going to be, just by virtue of the health differential, going to be in the favor of Briar here. Into that run R1, managing to get that hit. Good backstab there on the side of Skeen, who goes for that spinning weapon, who does manage to get it. Into that rollout. Jump over the top there, into that punish. Into that attempted roll catch here. Into the trade. With the phalanxes managing to get those little hits in. As we do see your Briar here keeping up that pressure. Into another trade! With 27 HP to spare! Bro. 2-2. Oh my word. Oh me, oh my. Match not for the lactose intolerant, folks. Those spinning weapons hit like a truck. I can definitely see the notion behind the builds here, but if Briar is able to get in and do the damage that he needs to do, this could be a very interesting match, as we are about to crack on. Ladies and gentlemen, on 3, 2, 1, allay! We do see the late physics here coming out from the side of Briar, as the Moon crosses the arena, as the comets ring out now as well. Into that punish. Very nicely done here on the side of Briar. And we are going to see that physic there for free. Into the trade. Into the follow-up R1. Into the run R1. That bleed bar is going to be pretty freaking hot. Pretty high, as we do see clipping the heels there. Not able to strafe it. But we do see that run out there into neutral, as we see the bleed grease coming out there. The daggers in men's smiles coming through here once more. Into that dagger, into the balloon will just pop. And that is going to be Briar moving on. Skeen into that loser's bracket. Very, very nice rounds. Close match. Hells yeah. Alright. That is all she wrote. And that is the end of Wave 2. Winner's bracket as far as I'm aware. Briar 3. Skyn 2. And now we move on to the fight between... Who do we do first? Here, let's give Skeen a little bit of a break. Let's go Dip versus Fritz. Let's go. There we go. Set up and ready to go. And let me get all of my shenanigans set up here. First to 2 again. Best of 3. Nito Dorito. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Alright, as we have our players in, let's just take a quick peek at the builds and make sure that it's alright. Dip versus Fritz, yes. So we are going to have the clay and the poison hand in the offhand here from the side of Dip. 54 strength, 18 dex, voices, the 35 end, 14 strength, 45 dexterity, and a little bit of faith. Oh, ye of little faith. Just a smidgen here, as we are going to see. Interesting build there from the side of Fritz. Hall shear with a toggle dagger. Interesting. Curious indeed. As we are going to crack on now with this first to 2, ladies and gentlemen. On a 3, on a 2, on a 1. Allay. Look at that here. We are going to go for that poison. Getting that little bit of build up. Looking here, we are going to see these staggers coming out here in neutral. Fritz here, not quite sure how to engage as we do see that run R1 into the off dagger there to get a little bit of damage. Standing R1 there just to get that roll catch, but unfortunately dipped out of there. Ha 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 ha. As we do see that reset. Looking at that here, we are going to see it's quite hard now for the halberd to hit, but the R2s here on the Claymore managing to get that pretty crazy poison buildup. As the jump over the top there, Fritz is getting put through a little bit of emotional damage here from the clay. Is just able to swing with impunity. And standing R1, keeping that poison build up here as we swap over to the two-handed halberd. But unfortunately, the clay is just able to get those interrupts into that CR1 and the trades with the R2. Not the play. Oh me, oh my. And that's going to be Dip taking stock. Let's go. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Alright. Oh me, oh my. I'm kind of... What you have to do here on halberd into hyper armor is you have to play off of your offhand an awful lot more. Halberd has an awful lot of forward momentum and it's quite slow, so they could just reaction trade against you forever. Which is a totes unfortunate bestie kind of moment, I think. But, keeping in mind... The halberd does have an awful lot more versatility. It can do a lot more. But we see Fritz swapping over to that Raksasha once more. If you can't beat him, join him, I guess. As we move on into this next stock. Round 2. Or this first 2. Dip match point. Fritz, a little bit of catching up to do. As we are going to see now the physique. The clay getting that little bit of poison mist on there. The build-up should be about 2 swings in order to get that hit. If it is staying on the if he is staying on the poison. Of course, the damage that he's going to be able to build up on this thing is going to be pretty nuts. Into the attempt to strafe there. Fritz getting the little bit of damage off the top there, but that shield tally. No shield tally? Not sure. It might have been a tally swap. I could have missed it. Is definitely going to make a little bit of difference as the trade comes through. The R2's coming out there from the side of Fritz as a standing R1 comes through. Not quite able to land. As we do see the clay doing some shenanigans. As we do see that trade come through into that standing R1. And the Stormblade comes through. As we do see that Bolus for free. As we see that swap over into the two-handed thrusting sword here. As we do see the bleed come through. But the trade... roll in just a little bit too late as we see another hyper armor trade into that follow-up R1 there from the side of Fritz. Nicely done as the dagger comes out there. A little bit of a throwing dagger there just to keep everyone nice and honest as we see that roll out. Not wanting to risk a trade. This is a standing R1 into the follow-up R1, but the rolling R1 comes out there on the side of the clay into that standing R1 and the Claymore. Managing to get that nice little bit of damage. Dip is actually quite low here, but... that poison is going to be very, very nasty here as that build-up is going to come slowly. What I imagine Dip is doing here is he's swapping back onto a Strength Claymore after managing to land the status proc, which I think is what's going on here is this follow-up standing R1, but the Weed Cutter is out. Fritz landscaping back and forth now once more. Into that trade. The tier is gone. Goes for that running R1. And that trade comes through there from the side of Fritz. And again, if you can't beat him, join him. Fritz evening this out into a 1-1. Nicely done. Fritz, of course, has been participating in a huge number of these beginners brackets. Dip, I think, is a more recent joiner of these things. And we're seeing here this hyper armor definitely coming in clutch. As we do see Dip dipping on out. Getting his souls, very important. Sorry, ruins. They're forever souls, guys, I'm sorry. Alright, both players in. Ready to go. And on a 3, 2, 1, bolt out. As we do see that poison mist come out there. And a little bit of a dagger there. 10 whole damage on the board. Could make the world of difference. So we do see these rollouts here coming out, as we do see that running R1 to try and initiate. Dip, not going to stick around to find out, as we do see that follow-up R1 come out there to try and get that hit. Fritz doing a decent job here of chilling out neutral. Good rollout, though, from the side of Fritz, as we do see the dagger coming out now as well. The R2 into a follow-up R1. Nice, as we do see the funny hitbox memento from the side of the Great Katana, but look at that. That poison proc is going to be through. Fritz slowly going to be chipped down as that jump R1 over the top there. The swapping back over onto, I reckon now he's swapped back over onto a regular. Yeah, there you go. Onto that strength clay there to try and get that extra little bit of damage. Onto that lightning grease. Perhaps reconsidering life choices, as that buff is now just worn off. We may see a swap again as standing R1 comes through there. Into Fritz going for that follow-up. He's going to roll out, though, is the side of our Dip. Dipping on out of there, as we do see Fritz now chilling out. Continuing to control that neutral as the weed cutter comes out, but not able to get that hit in, as we do see the poison mist now once more, as another dagger just gets a little bit more work in. Run R1 comes through there as the follow-up R1, but unfortunately Dip is gone. He out of there. He is gone. Not wanting to stick around, as Fritz is going to have to play this one very, very carefully. Fritz is currently behind here by about, I don't know, 600 HP, which is going to make a huge difference here. As the follow-up R1, the trade is going to be ever so slightly one, as the Stormblade manages to get that punish. Fritz has taken a lot of damage here. 781 HP to 1930. Oh me, oh my, as the Poison Mist is going to get that build up, and we're going to see that Poison proc now in just a moment by the looks of things, but that's going to be the tear gone now from the side of Dip. Fritz is still very much still in the fight as the standing R1 does land. Dip falling behind in his lead ever so slightly, still has tear, which Fritz unfortunately does not. If Fritz plays this patiently, we're going to be seeing the tear wasted, as this match has gone on quite a while. But that follow-up R1 into the mash. Fritz 341 to 870 plus tier here for the side of Dip. Oh dear, oh me, oh my, as we're going to see that weed cutter come out in neutral. And that's all she wrote, folks. Poisoned in the conservatory. Colonel Mustard saw it. 0. Very, very nicely done. And that's going to be the first round of Losers Wave 2 done. Dip refusing to dip, as it is going to be a 2-1. Very, very nice play from both of you. Very good patient play from the side of both of you. Alrighty then. Nope, that is not right. Skeen versus Lean. Neat. Neato Dorito. As we just wait for our players to get in now in just a moment. Rightio. Skeen. Lean. Okay. I'm kind of curious here what we're going to see. We're obviously going to see Lean. I imagine both players are just going to stick to what they've been using. TBH IMO. That's what I'm imagining here. Obviously enough, Lean has been sticking to that side for quite a while. A side play is definitely interesting from the side of Lean, who really makes that stuff work. And this should be, I think this is probably going to be the low slap match for either of these players. Although maybe Lean, not so much. I don't know. Enda spotted a wild Enda. I even made my bed for this. It's crazy. I didn't brush my hair though. Actual rot maxing right now. Alright. Let's crack on and take a quick peek at the builds. Looking at that here, we're going to see that 70 int here from the side of Skeen. And Lean and Mean sticking to that strength build. The halberd here from the side of Lean. Interesting. As we are going to see now. Yeah. Alright, interesting stuff here. The Unit Special. I'll think about it, SK. Oakley dokley. Both players are in, ready to go. Ladies and gents. 3, 2, 1. Allez! As the comets ring out right off the bat. Look at this here. The moon out now once more here from the side of Skeen, as we do see the phalanx is set up as well, just to give him that extra little bit of cover. And looking at that, Lean is taking an awful lot of damage right off the bat here. As a shower of stars coming through with that run R1. As we do see that turn away there, and managing to get the flask off, that's brutal. As a run R1 comes through there, into keeping that prio there with a little bit of that desync Halberd shenanigans. Look at this here, managing to get that punish, and that's going to be the poison proc here. Slowly but surely go for that running R1, not quite able to make it, and there punishes the Bolus into that R2. Nice showing there from the side of Lean, as a Comet is going to ring out there. As another Comet, the Comets ringing true, trying to get that punish now once more. That little carrion glint blade keeping up that pressure, as we are going to see. Not for the lactose intolerant folks, as we do see that interrupt on it though. That R2 spinning weapon, keeping that, as we do see the Halberd standing R1 there to try and get that interrupt. Good roll out there from the side of Lean, who is going to get that punish there as well. The poison has been proc, but unfortunately the phalanxes are going to cover for it as the moon descends once more. And that's going to be a hit. Look at that damage. Lean getting absolutely nuked. The orbital bombardment into the backstab from the side of Skeen. And the comets ring out once more into a glint blade. There we go. As another run attack comes through. Lean is quite low. I do believe that those phalanxes are actually on the star shower, actually managing to roll it. That's huge, but the trade comes in. Oof. GG's. One oh. It's pronounced like Steen, but not like Steen. Interesting. Yeah, this guy, like, if we take a look at the builds once more, so 46 vigor, just don't get hit forehead, and that's 70 int. That's wild, and we might be getting the damage boosts from other things as well. So that's gonna hit very, very hard. Spinning weapon, of course, is nuking health bars left and right. Either way, folks, let's take a look at this. Both players are in, both players are ready, and a 3, 2, 1, LA. As we do see the moon's coming out now once more in a star shower, just to pepper him on the approach. Running R1 comes through here. We set up for the... Ooh, tries to go for that inescapable again, but that trade comes through. And these trades are not going to be good for Skeen, as we are going to see that poison bolus used into that off dagger. These trades are actually not terrible here for Lean. Just by virtue of the different sizes and health bars, as we do see that stagger out there on the Halberd. Looking at that, are we going to see the punish? No, unfortunately not, bestie. As we do see that another carrying glint blade come out there just to try and get that. Keep everyone nice and honest, and that's going to be the flask. That's going to be nasty. As we do see the entire arena filled up here with that bullet hell. Good rollout though from the side of Lean, who is going to go in for that little bit of pressure. Go for that jump out into the jump R2. Tries to go for the standing R1, but unfortunately it is not going to land, as we are going to see that star shower come out. And the standing R1, that is going to be the tier gone. Lean might be in a spot of bother though, as we do see that spacing out. The comet lands, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is all she wrote from this losers bracket, round 1. Very, very nicely done. GG's. Alright, folks, we are going to take just a very quick break, just for a moment. Just a smidgen of a break. Very, very nice one from the side of Skeen, managing to pull through there. And next up after the break, we're going to rock on with a fight between Sol and Briar. And then it is going to be Dip versus Skeen in the losers round 3. So, folks, I will talk to you all in a second. Love you all. You're beautiful people. And I'll see you then. Chat you in a bit. Alright, folks, we're getting everything set up. It is going to be the first of 4 in the semis, but I'm curious as to what you guys think about the rule set so far. Obviously, this is only the second event we've hosted on it. We haven't had any of the try-hard throwdowns just yet, as tomorrow I'm just taking a little bit of a break. Just a little bit of a break from that, and probably next week we'll crack on with the EU one, and then with the NA one. So, kind of curious, giving about a 2-week break between them so people have time to cook on the rule sets, etc. But I am curious as to your thoughts with fists removed. It's fun. Nice. I'm glad to hear. Obviously, Embern, you've had an opportunity to play on it. So the rule set in 2 weeks' time is going to be very, very different than this one. Going for a very different philosophy on it, which I think is kind of going to be nice. But we do have both of our players in by the looks of things. Yep, both of them are in. Saul versus Briar. This is a match I'm looking forward to. Both of these players I would have considered pretty much favorites. And looking at it here, it's going to be the 50 strength, 24 dex from the side of Briar. Rocking on that great katana off dag versus Saul on the jumpy bunny hop setup that is the HTS, the Godskin Stitcher on the off dag as well. 54 strength, 18 dex, 12 faith. Alright, folks. Let us crack on with these semi-finals. Ladies and gents. Sword Lance isn't banned, no. I don't see a reason why it would be. Alright. Both players are in. On 3, 2, 1. LA Both players going for their respective buffs. We are going to see that Godskin Stitcher chilling out here as the not poison mist, sorry, but it is going to be the beautiful chilling mist coming out here, and the kickflip as well, as we do see that guard from the side of Briar, who's struggling just a little bit to get in and do what needs to be done. Jump over the top there, managing to get that frost proc though. Briar is quite low, and the anti-airs are going to be tough even with that stance, but the trade comes through and Saul takes a tasty bit of damage over the top there as we do see Briar pre-space out that run R1 and the kickflip as well once more. Saul doing a decent job here as we are going to see that interrupt going for that standing R1 into the backstab. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. Saul taking that first stock and a very, very confident run in. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, HTS is pretty spooky, alright. Locked in? Yeah, indeed. No, Saul's pretty spooky. But, again, met the qualifying whatever, so will remain to be seen. Yeah, HTS is weird. It's I've said this earlier on. HTS is one of those things that on paper should be absolute garbo. But when you fight the HTS mains, it becomes a massive, massive problem for me to deal with personally. It just plays differently than other setups. So either way, you have both of our players in now once more. The swap over from Briar onto the Shamshir. Saul still with that 1-0 lead. Kaboom. As we are going to see the physics. As we are going to see that running attack whiff, but not going to be punished. And the swap over from Saul onto the two-handed cat. The Kiba. And who claims that it's dead on this rule set? As we do see those backswings come out there into that nice little bit of poise chip here with the off dagger here to guarantee that those poise breaks. As we are going to see Briar not electing jump over the top here onto that two-handed cat. Good rollout there comes out on the side of Saul. There we go. You're going to see that CR1 actually managed to land here into that turnaround. Beautiful stuff. Into that standing R1, into that back step. Saul is just dominating this. Goes for that off dag there. Good rollout now comes out on the side of Saul now once more. Briar is very, very low. 30 HP in a dream. And manages to clip the heels there on that one into the bow. Saul taking the second stock in the semi-finals. And again, people were saying that Katana is dead on this rule set. Briar needs to go for that Bullgoat tally if he wants to be able to tank that first hit. But we do see some changes here coming out from the side of Briar. No BG tally, so, yep, you have to be ready for anything, ladies and gentlemen. As 3, 2, 1, allay. As the physics are drank. And it does seem as though it's main dag off bird. Play a bit of R2 gaming. And another run R2 there just to try and get that hit. As the R2s come out there. Into the backstab! Fisher! To that R-charged R2 there comes out into that running R2. Standing R1 comes out there into that CR1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Briar's in a spot of bother as that run R2 lands. Forcing the roll out there from the side of Saul. Into that Sacred Blade. Say a couple of Hail Marys on it there. As the dagger comes in now as well, just to try and get that poise chip here. I don't think Saul realizes that we don't have a Bullgoats on the side of Oh no, we do have Bullgoats now. Standing R1 into the backswing. Swapping over into that two-handed. Into that R2. Standing R1. Into that run R1 there onto the HTS. The Flame Skewer comes out. It's not going to hit. Briar is very, very low. Jump over the top there. Comes out now once more. Into that hit. Briar on death's door. Those dagger hits are going to come through. Saul swapping over. R2 into that halberd. Good rollouts coming out here from the side of Briar. He does not want to die. Chipping down Saul slowly but surely. That backstab grab almost connected. Oh, so close to evening that one out. Beautiful showing. 3-0 in the favor of Saul. No! Saul. All right. It's first to 4, lads. There we go. Just making sure everyone knows what's up. Alright, cool beans. Both players are getting ready in once more. Just again, quick peek at the build so you all can copy it when you go home. Copy of someone else's homework. 54 strength, 18 dex on the side of Saul. 12 faith versus Briar, who's on that 50 strength, 24 dex. Nito Dorito. Ladies and gentlemen, match point for Saul. Can Briar bring it back? On a 3 and a 2 and a 1. As we are going to see now both players chilling out. The two-handed halberd here is definitely an interesting choice here as you see those stutter steps coming out here from neutral. Into that CR1, not able to land. Into that backstep, but trying to outstyle a HTS main is no easy task. As we are going to see that chilling mist come out there. Standing R1 comes out there from the side of Briar. Not able to do it as we are going to see the backstep now once more. But both players here fishing. The anglers are out in force here as we are going to see that backstep into the beautiful showing here is the stutter steps coming through here from the side of Saul, who's taken a lot of damage into that backstep R1. But unfortunately, we're going to see the tear gun here for Briar. Saul doing a decent job of keeping it up. The empty jump comes out there once more into that second R1. Tries to go for the backstab once more. And the dagger is out into that jump R1. Saul takes the W. And there we have it. 4-0. And now we dip back into losers. The last round of best of threes, I believe. If I have done my homework correctly. Jeez, folks. Nito Dorito. Saul guaranteeing the ability to never enter a beginner's tourney again. The true prize for being too pro. But who will be the next one up? As we are going to now move on to Skeen versus Dip. Cool. There we go. Let me just make sure the players know that they are up. Neat. Yeah, HTS mains are spooky. I always say that it's a little bit of a skill issue for me dealing with Oh, not 4. Hang on a second. Let me change. Fix that real quick. That's pretty funny. All right. Let me get this show on the road. Neat. All right, we did it, folks. We did the thing. Cool. We have both of our players in. Ladies and gents, as we crack on with this tournament, let's take a quick peek once more at the builds. Dip is going to be rocking at 54 strength, 18 dex, 9 faith, 9 int, 7 arcane, rocking the clay more once more. Versus Ski on that 46 vigor and 70 int with that 27 mind. Staying on the tried and true. Cool. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, both players are in. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Allay! As we're going to see the immediate glintstones come out there. Unfortunately, Dip pressing the wrong button and being punished for it, as we do see the moon hit out across the arena, as we are going to see those little bits of chip damage here, hitting Dip for a lot into the great bow, but it's going to miss! Unfork bestie. As we do see the great bow come out now once more, we're going to see even more pressure. Oh, the comet manages to land. I do not think that the great bow is the play here. We're just going to have to see that insane aggression, as that's going to be more or less the tier gone into the hyper armor. Follow-up R1 comes out into the backswing. Oh, Lord. Skyn takes the first round, as I need to make sure that there's a capitalization here. Oh, my Lord. Skyn is going to absolute town here, ladies and gentlemen. My Lord. Oh me, oh my. Rightio. Both players are in, ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Allay. As we are going to see now the physics, as we see the palm go the wrong way again. You hate to see it. It does seem as though it's a swap over to HTS now this time. As we do see the wasting of all of the flasks coming out here from the side of... Oh, slowly being chipped down here as the star showers come out there, continuing to get those little bits of chip. And the late physic comes out there from the side of Dip. Stormblade managing to get a little bit of damage as the moon descends itself. It's like Warhammer's The End Times. The moon just too strong. Into that Stormblade now once more. Into another Stormblade that is not going to hit. Jump over the top there comes out. We do see those glintstones come out. And the rolling R1 comes out here on the side of Skyn, who, despite having landed considerably more hits here, weirdly enough, jump R1 into that. The standing R1 actually comes out. Into that another carrying glint blade. Into the Stormblade once more. Tier is gone. And that's going to be a loading screen. So how to not play against Mage? GG's WPs. And I guess Skyn, you can stay in world. Who knew that giving everyone complete initiative in a fight would lose you the round? That's interesting. Curious even. Alright, as we move now on to the bronze match. Like, the idea of wasting the flask in something like Dark Souls 3 is definitely an idea. But yeah, you can't do that in Elden Ring. You're just going to take too much damage. Too much damage! Alright, and at, I believe it's Briar. Cool beans. Cool beans. This first to 4. Skyn, Nihil. Press S. There we go. We're just waiting for Briar to get in for this bronze match. We just update the title. Tourney finals. We're just waiting now for Briar to get in. Let's go. Alright, good luck. Have fun to all of ye. But yeah, against Mage you have to keep up that pressure. Again, in the older games it was a legitimate thing you could do, wherein you just kind of stay far away, wait for them to waste it, and then go in for the punish. But because of how Elden Ring works, you just can't do that anymore. There's too many things that can actually hit people, which is kind of crazy. It definitely makes a huge difference. Now, as to whether or not it's always wise to go balls to the wall, two-handed S-stock pressure, yeah, that's the other thing. Oh me, oh my. We do have both of our players in. Let's take a quick peek at the builds. It's not Dip, it's going to be Briar. Did I not save that? That's crazy. I didn't save it. That's silly. Cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, Briar on that 50 strength, 24 dexterity, as per usual, versus the 70 int inside of Skyn in this first 2-4 bronze match. The winner of this will earn the absolute pleasurable prize of not having to play in these weekly beginners brackets anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, the bolt is on its way. I hope you're as excited as I am, as we are going to see the physics, as we are going to see the buffs, and the moon out once more. As Briar is going to keep up that pressure, but unfortunately, we are going to see the anti-air. Briar is taking a crazy amount of damage. He's stuck in the corner. Oh no! Into the comet, going for that block there. Briar is actually crazy low right now. And the backstab, the fishes are out. Goes for a running R1 there. Standing R1 comes out here on the side of Briar into the backswing. Skyn takes that first stock. Not for the lactose intolerant. Oh my word. Dear Lord. Spinning weapon vortex goes brrr. I think that's how it's pronounced. Or does it go zzz? Do you think it makes a fan noise, folks? Do you think that's how it works? I'm not actually sure. When you use spinning weapon. You know those hot summers where you're stuck inside and you can't go out because it's too warm? You just have two mages. It has an in-game sound. Yeah, but like, in-game isn't real life, Shu. I hope you know that. If you die in-game, you don't die IRL. Alright! Ladies and gentlemen, both players are in. Kaboom! Yeah, but didn't even reel either, Embern. So it wouldn't make the Disney noise. Oh my god, that trade! Jesus! As we see Briar going for that pressure, but the backstaboo! Fisher! And a run R1 there to try and get that little bit of pressure in. Keeping up that pressure. The rollbacks there coming out from the side of Skyn. Standing R1 is going to land into the overhead stance. Just too slow as another trade rings out. Into the back swing. 158 HP. Oh dear. Oh no. Uh-oh. 2-0 currently. Oh me, oh my. Oh me, oh my. And ladies and gentlemen, both players are now in. Oh, never mind. He's collecting souls. Very important. It's time to crack on. Round 3. Allez. As the moon is out now once more. Good rollout there comes out from the side of Briar. Into that hit. Losing corner pressure though. Into the spinning weapon again! Oh no. Oh no, the vortex! Oh my god. Uh-oh. Into the comet! Sky takes 3. First showing here in the beginner's bracket. Oh my god. Oh lord. Dear lord. Alright folks, either way. We have both of our players in, ready to go. As the bolt is on its way. You can just, yeah, there you go. You're good. Alright. Sportsmanship on display here, ladies and gentlemen, as the moon comes out into the comet. As Briar is going to take that Bull Goat Talisman, which is going to be pretty huge here. Into that nice strafe there. Briar managing to get those hits in. Into that run R1. It is not going to hit though, unfortunately. As another running R1 comes out there. Into the spinning weapon again! And a comet trade takes it! Oh my god! G to the G's. What the hell? I love Elden Ring. Oh, Lord. This is going to be Skyn versus Sol. Holy moly. In this grand finals. Best of 9. And if Skyn takes the first win, he has a best of 5 to troll through afterwards. As we approach the grand finals, folks. Oh me, oh my. Let's take a quick peek at the build, shall we? 50. 4 strength on the side of Sol. 18 dexterity. 12 faith. Skyn sticking to the tried and true. I'm excited for this one. 70 int. 46 vigor. 21 endurance. There ain't no way. Maybe all those people we laughed at in the arena were onto something, folks. Maybe they knew what was what with that low vigor builds. As Sol chills out, rocking that HTS off axe. As the moon is out. Oh my god, he just eats it. Not quite sure how to engage here. As we do see the moon out once more. The rollout. Oh dear. The run R2 comes out into that off-axe backswing. He tries to go for the off-axe now once more. Just get that build up. Run R2 comes out, but unfortunately going to be strafed on the side of Skyn. As the Stormblade comes out now once more. And Run R2 is going to not hit, unfortunately. Run R2 is going to land there. The handy tech to get away. Jump R1 over the top there. Into getting hit there by the Comet. Run R2. As Saul takes another huge amount of damage there. Stormblade managing to get that break. Tear now gone. Into that Run R1. Into the Stormblade managing to get the hit. Saul takes the first stock. Very, very nice. Yeah, you can see the apps just... You have... Saul understands when it's safe to pressure. Definitely understands when it's safe to pressure. Because again, an awful lot of the wins that Skyn was getting was the overextension into insane amounts of damage from the spinning weapon. But as you can see there, Saul is preemptively existing outside of it, which is why he's getting through, which is why he's doing so well here. He has that aggressive spacing down. He knows when he's safe to engage. Mwah, chef's kiss. As we move on into the next round. 3, 2, 1. Alley. As the Comet comes out there to get some really big damage right off the bat. As the Moon is out, getting that punish, but unfortunately... Not getting the punish, actually, as the off-axe comes through there. A Run R2 there to try and get up that bit of pressure. Unfortunately, though, the strafes are coming out. There's a Run R1 there to get that nice little bit of pressure. This Saul takes an awful lot of damage there from those phalanxes into the Moon. The Run R2 there comes out. Jump over the top there into that follow-up R1. Jump R1 into the follow-up R1 again. Into the pre-space out there. Bit of negative spacing as we do see that swap back over into that tier pop. 693 HP. Ah. 1-1, ladies and gentlemen. Unlucky. No way, no how. This is how you know who plays vanilla. We're very used to fighting high MS mages. Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing as well, right? Ladder is phenomenal, but you still have to engage with some degree of the rest of the game. Even though if on PC, it's more than understandable to not to. You can tell, definitely... We know who's also used to playing ladder. Ladies and gentlemen, as we crack on round 3. Glug, 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 glug. Jump over the top there as we are going to see some shenanigans come out there. The backstab grab is utterly tragical there. Good rollout comes out there on the side of Saul, who tries to go for that. Little bit of pressure in the Stormblade into the backswing attempt there as well. Jump Run R1 there. And look at that. Realizes he has the pressure. Saul just out of range. And like I said before, that aggressive spacing existing just outside of that range. And with the HTS, that range is quite a long ways. As we're not going to see that punishment there. As Saul has yet to have taken a hit here. Jump over the top there into that Run R2, managing to get that. The swap back over onto the Shamshir. Good rollout there on the side of Saul, who is going to get that nice little bit of pressure into the R2, I believe. Stormblade there keeping up that pressure as the Comets ring out. Saul is doing a really good job here of chilling just outside of range, as we are going to see that hit into the off-axe. Doing some really nice work here. The standing R1s, and again setting up here for some shenanigans into the martial arts. And the jump over the top there to get out of the corner, but unfortunately that's going to be the tier popped into the dagger. The Run R2 is going to land. And Saul takes round 3. Nicely done. Everything is surmountable in the game, folks, with enough know-how. Matchups. The matchup matrix exists as a guide. Always remember that. But outplay always does exist. Even if it does mean you have to work harder. But I would say that in the current meta, maybe not the current spell list that's going on, I would say that Mage might be a little bit stronger than HTS as a general rule, I think. I'm not actually sure. I'd have to do a sit down and actually think about how that works. But either way, We do have both of our players in, ready to go, ready to rock. On a 3, 2, 1, and this first 2-5, as the Comet is going to ring true there and do a nice tasty amount of damage there, Saul. Having to reconsider the bit of pressure here as the Moon comes out. Those turnarounds there as we do see those projectiles into the punish there with the Stormblade. And this masterclass of how to deal with mages. And the Comet's ringing out. But that's going to be the FP rather low. Here's a run R2 comes out there from the side of Saul. There we go. Force back now as we do see the Stormblade not actually able to get that punish. As you do see the backstab grab. Oh my lord. Uh-oh. And we do see that rollout now. Into the Stormblade attempted punish there. Run R2 is actually able to get that hit in. Into that follow-up R1. Run R2. Managing to get that land. And we do see as well Saul taking a little bit of extra damage. Ooh, into the frost proc into the loading screen. Both players neck and neck. 2-2. Very nicely done here. 2-2 on the board. Choo-choo. The pain train is ever going, my friend user. Oh, as we are going to get our souls collected here once more. Ladies and gentlemen, we have both players in. On a 3, on a 2, on a 1, LA. As that Comet is going to land. And the Moon. Trying to set up there for that R2. There is the side of Saul. Ooh, getting a little bit of chip damage there. Jump over the top there, but we are going to get that interrupt. Interesting that those glint blades actually do a really good job of preventing airs. That is a nice tech here on the side of Skyn. Something that's definitely worth considering here. As the bullet hell commences. Oh, the run R2 is going to land into the Stormblade. We see that pressure come up there into that run R2, but too late. Jump over the top there. It goes to that follow-up. Is able to actually land it. Standing R1s come through here as well. As we do see yet more pressure. The L1s come out there. Not quite able to connect. Jump over the top there. Managing to fake out all those empty jumps coming in clutch. As the Comet lands. A little bit of chip damage here as well. As you do see the toggle. Into a loading screen with 53 HP to spare. My lord. Saul 3. 53 HP to spare. Hells to the Yaz. We do see the Rune Arc applied. This is pretty stressful. And ladies and gentlemen, round 6. And away we go. And we see the Moon out once more. Not going to land here. We do see a little bit of a debuff though. And the late physic there comes through. Jump over the top there into that R2. Into the off axe. Into that run attack. And the free aims there as well coming out from the side of Saul are quite impressive. As we are going to see that jump over the top into the backstab grab, which is going to land. But the spinning weapon is out. As we see the Stormblade not able to get that wall bounce. Not able to get it again. Jump over the top there comes out. Into that run R1 coming out here from the side of Skyn. Into that run R2, the free aim. Into the kick flip. Into the follow-up R1. Off axe going ham. Spinning weapon. Into the hand-to-hand. Run R2's coming out. Oh, but the end of it actually catches. And the jump R2 finishes it out. Match point for Sol. Oh my lord. Oh me. Oh my. I'm on the edge of my seat, folks. These matches are all so freaking close. All right, boys and girls, NINBIs of the audience. On a 3, on a 2, on a 1, LA. And the spinning weapon manages to land. And the patience there to get out into that run R2. Into the R2. Once again. Run R1 comes out there into the back step. Unfortunately, the free aim not quite working out. Both players relatively even HP-wise. Despite what the health bars will tell you. Oh, but the anti-air... Comet is going to be strafed. Into that off axe there, managing to get the interrupt on the Comet. Into that off axe. To that R2. The R2 trades. Into that trade R2. And Sol, ladies and gentlemen. Is going to take it. Look at the face of a champion, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful showing. As we do see him spell off. And good fight as well to Skeen. Let it not be said that it was a really nice to actually see you play with a very unorthodox play style, I will say. Very, very nicely done. GG's friendos. Sol, congratulations. Champion was a wolf. Taking the trophy. Yeah, interesting choice. One of the things that I will say, as just as some closing thoughts on the rule set so far, we're seeing an awful lot more hyper armor weapons get used. The KGS, for example, the Claymore, all of these things. And I think that's... kind of telling with the rule set, given that on paper an awful lot of the lighter weapons aren't going to be quite as good. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. But yeah, both Skyn and Sol will have the absolute pleasure of never being able to fight in the weeklies again. The beginners brackets anyway. So GG's to both of you. And GG's to everyone else who's showed up this week. You all came in clutch and filling the bracket. If you want to join these beginners brackets, do pop into Endaccord. We have a sign-up board that is there. So, well done. Well worth it. It was so much fun. I'm so glad you all had fun, lads. And that's the priority at the end of the day. GG's, everyone. YouTube chat is kind of quiet today. But we will pop over to YouTube. So, if you are interested in hanging out with me for another few minutes as we talk about the tourney and all that stuff and just... shoot the shit for a little bit, go join us there. Is this it? There you go. Yep, there you go. So we're going to find the raid somewhere to raid for everyone in the meantime. But we'll see you all on the flip side as we find some place to raid. Thanks for everyone for joining. We'll see you next week for the fight night on Wednesday. And then the beginners bracket on Thursday. And most likely the EU tryhard throwdown on... what day is it? Friday. Yes, indeed. So, I'll see you all then. Mwah! Oh, there we go. Hello, everyone. Hello. Great tourney. Thanks for hosting. No, the pleasure is all mine, dude. And pleasure is absolutely all mine. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Yeah, I was kind of saying that we're seeing an awful lot more kind of setups that wouldn't normally be used in a tournament setting in these beginners brackets, and I think the rule set kind of encourages it as well, to be fair. That's my current take. Given that the poise limit does restrict lighter weapons, you actually see an awful lot more of the heavier weapons that guarantee poise break, which I think is kind of neat. So it's things like that definitely help the rule set. Definitely do help the rule set, and it's kind of encouraged a little bit, even if hyper armor is pretty frustrating to play into. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what we'll see over the next 2 weeks, especially given that we'll be using an awful lot of other stuff over the next little while. All right, let me actually change the title real quick. But yeah, I don't know if anyone has any questions. There's only a handful here in YouTube chat, but I said I'd pop on. I want to get in the habit of doing this again, especially for these shorter events. I have an awful lot more time to actually be able to chill. I don't know if anyone has any questions or anything like that. YouTube chat does have a habit of being a little bit glitchy, so I'm going to pop on over there and see what's what. Yeah, the other thing that I'm really enjoying as well is I think the much more simplified rule set. Any rule changes you're considering? So I haven't really. I suppose I can give away the goose. The current one is the rule set I'm currently on is an experiment. Elden Hill, in which I'm kind of a little bit more restrictive with stuff rather than less. I personally prefer less restrictive. I think it's a better representation of the game. But yeah, the Starfist ban, the Great Shield ban, is probably going to be revoked. And I'm going to instead go with allow poison on TS and Shamshir. Bring Starfists back in. And just do an exact reversal. So instead of the extra rules, I just start nuking rules. I'm enjoying no flame strike at least. That's one of the things that people have been saying, alright. Personally, I feel that that's a rule for flavor. Because people are sick to fucking death of flaming strike. And it's been gamed to the point where I think Space and Braun had like a 30-minute finals at one point. Best of 5. Where they just spammed flaming strike over and over again. And I don't think that that's particularly healthy for the game. But in terms of it being broken, no. And that's the thing that I think people need to get around, is that it's not broken, it just creates a really disruptive gameplay loop. Which, to be fair, shields do as well, right? And I think that it's not fun to engage with is a reason enough for people to remove it from the list, so long as you're consistent with that. Like, I could probably imagine getting rid of Grav Missile just because it's very frustrating to have to work around, which I don't think is great. But I've left it in for now because I want to give mages tools. I want to see how I want to see where mage is actually like placed as it stands right now. That's one of the reasons why I've allowed it, because I don't know. I was saying for the longest time I put it in like B tier, like mage tools, just because like no one fucking used it, so it was very hard to kind of get a grasp as to where it should be. But yeah, there's a bunch of things that could be tested and checked out an awful lot more. Yeah, it's really hard to tell with a bunch of stuff, because again the player base is pretty. Because it's so small, big problem with Grav Missile is the potential desync issues. Yeah, well, this is the funny part with the desync. Every projectile desyncs. You can force desyncs on things that really by right shouldn't. The desync is a viewer issue rather than anything else. It's annoying, but you can kind of tell. Yeah, it's a hard one. And again, remember the Bloodborne. I know it's appropriate considering we just rated Scorched on Twitch. Bloodborne had severe desync on demand issues. You toggled a weapon and you were pretty much guaranteed a desync to happen. It's funny netcode games. Desyncs are just whatever. I'm not too particularly pushed on them, to be honest with you. Like, in terms of whether or not it's a thing that I'm going to, like, make a ruling against. Another problem is, as well as it's a viewer problem, right? The fights with desyncs just look super fucking jank. Like, I'm pretty lenient on them. If, like, there's a desync happening every 30 minutes or every 30 seconds, it's going to be a problem. But with mages as well, like, the desync on Grav Missile specifically, technically speaking, the mage cannot control it happening. The only way the mage can control it happening is by playing permanently unlocked, which is really funny. And like, if you're gonna ban the desync on that, you might as well just ban desyncs in general. In which case, the win condition for fights against mages is quite literally wait for a desync to happen, and then that's the round. I think a lot of people just don't like fighting mages in general, but it's a part of the game. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I personally find it incredibly fucking tilting, just to be clear. Like, insanely tilting to be fighting mages. I did some sets with Lucy, and it is. I think I went right back around from playing so bad. I tilt playing so badly. Yeah. And there's only a handful of mages left, really. There's what, Griff, Lucy, Skyn now. And there's very few players who actually take mage to like a high level. And some people would laugh and say, herder, there's no such thing. I would not have wanted to fight Skyn at all. Skyn's a decent dude. I think that so long as you get on with people, you can kind of look past how they play. I think in games, people need to get away from like the in-game shit. FromSoft just haven't found a way to make mages engaging to fight. That's all it is. Yeah. That's all I think it is. But what did you think, Elden? And so I'm kind of curious as to your thoughts. It's very rare I get kind of one-to-ones with people. How do you feel about the tourney today? Is there anything I could do to improve or anything I could do to make things better? Because again, anyone else who's lurking in the background, you're more than welcome to chime in. I'm very hungry for feedback and making all of this better. Like, is there a rule set oversight I should look into? I know people have spoken an awful lot about whatchamacallit, Spin Slash and Kiba, but we've not seen it used. No one's abusing it, so that's one thing that I am aware of that I'm kind of looking at slowly but surely, but it doesn't seem much of an issue. So I haven't been all that inclined to go near it. Like, the fight nights, I think, are pretty good. It's just fun. Casting was great, as usual. I'm really impressed with Saul's play. Yeah. Saul's pretty good. By rights, if we could get more players, Hill, I would probably just ask people to not. But Saul helped fill the bracket today, so it's getting harder and harder to fill brackets. But I should have both the tourney finals today and the chain finals uploaded in the next couple of days. So we'll crack on with that. Yeah, Saul's a good player. Good HTS main. I'm always impressed with HTS mains. I think that they play really, really good. They always impress me. Jim. Alright. I'm pretty happy with how everything went, folks. Good tourney. Very fast tourney. My god. 8-player bracket in under 2 hours. I might look at having the 12 players, but actually, hang on a second before I do finish up. Let's just take a look at how many matches actually happened. 3, 4, 6, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 19, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29, 34, 33, 33, 33, 35. Yeah, that was a good 9. This is fun to get eliminated. Well, again, there's nothing on the line, right? One of the reasons why I've insisted. The only part where it's worth something is because I actually here's a funny one. I actually need to log the scores. So it was Skyne 4, I think, and then it was 5-2. Yeah, about 50 matches. There. 2. Neat. I had a conversation with someone a long time ago about whether or not I should stop the elimination of both first and second place. And I actually decided against it because it keeps the finals super fucking competitive. Like, Saul and Skyne can't join future beginners brackets now. No, that's the wrong person. Champions SA. Saul, Champions EU. There we go. Alright, cool. But yeah, it keeps it super, super competitive, which I really dig. But for the other matches, you can just chill. You're more than welcome to just chill out, which I think is kind of nice. It allows people an opportunity to play other stuff. But either way, folks, we are going to finish up. It's been an absolute blast. I've enjoyed streaming these for everyone, and I'll see you in the not too distant future. All right, folks. Take care. Have a goob.